Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nitinamini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Umajnanatimiradasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpadi Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. So, we have successfully finished the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, we are being Sunday in India. So, we are now studying in the 12th chapter. So, that is Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. With Bhakti, with devotion, only we can free ourselves from Maya. Bhakti Yogena Sevate, Sagunan Samati Teita. So, Bhakti devotion means we should be doing everything which is approved by Krishna, basically, which Krishna wants us to do. So that way we will become dearer to Krishna, Priya. He already told Arjuna that you are Priya, you are dearer to. Yatyegam Priyamanaya Vakshami Hitakamya. Bhuyayeva Mahabhago Shrunume Paramam Vachagam. Yatyegam Priyamanaya Vakshami Hitakamya. That's what in the 10th chapter, very first sloka, Krishna told Arjuna. That you hear from me, Bhuyayeva Mahabhago Shrunume Paramam Vachagam. You hear from me the supreme instructions, Paramam Vachagam. Yatyegam Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakami. So, since you are dearer to me, I am explaining this to you for your benefit. Priyamanaya. So, in the 12th chapter, last 8 slokas, that is the sloka number 13 to 20, Krishna has given us the complete set of qualities we need to gain to become dearer to Krishna. But if you remember, when we studied all these slokas, we also studied that we just have to do only one thing to gain all these qualities. So that one thing if we do, then we will gain all the qualities which will make us to dearer to Krishna, which will make us to go to Goloka. That's it. That's what we are studying every day about, how to go to Goloka. So what is that one thing we have to do? That is, we have to every day think about how we can spread this message, how we can spread Krishna's message to others, other devotees, how we can identify the devotees and share this knowledge which we have, which we got. We have got this most confidential knowledge, the king of knowledge, which many individuals, many Atmas, they have still not got this knowledge. We are very, very, very fortunate that we have got this knowledge, that we know how to free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature. First of all, we know that we are controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. That itself is a very important knowledge we need to know. Before ourselves even studying this Bhagavad Gita, we were not even knowing that we are controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. Now we know. Now there is no doubt, no question. We know that we are under the control of Maya, the three modes of material nature. Now we know the way to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature also. That is by rendering devotional service unto Krishna. And what the devotional service is? To spread this message to others, simply by letting other devotees to know that they are controlled by the three modes of material nature, and then we are going to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature. In olden days, at that time there were no emails, nothing, no computers, no internet, nothing, when I was growing up in these schools. So what we have got something called inland letters, also known as postal card. So it was just a postal card. In that, sometimes they send some post, we will get it from somebody, that about God, this, that, and all. This God is great. You need to worship this God, lot of things. And after reading all these things, if you don't send these letters to these cards to another 20 people or 30 people or some number, so then you are going to lose a lot or something. If you send it, then you are going to gain a lot. So like that, we'll get it. These days also we are getting something like that in the WhatsApp messages and all such things, forwarding. So those things are all just cheating. So that is not true. But why I'm bringing that example here is that we have got opportunity to study this Bhagavad Gita. Now we need to distribute this knowledge to as many devotees as possible. So then we are going to go to Goloka. That is, the devotional service is going to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature. We should not be thinking about any other service. If you are very busy, if you are very much occupied in this particular service, Krishna will be extremely pleased with us. We don't have to think about any other service. All other things will automatically fall in shape, like doing all our other sadhana, everything will come. There is no doubt. But this very important service, through other devotees, we got it. We got the opportunity, somehow or other, we got the opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita. And we are also studying every day. So these things are all very perfectly, very nicely planned by Krishna. Whatever we are doing right now, this sadhana, this yajna, jnana yajna, so this is going to grow. There is no doubt about it. We have the opportunity to identify more devotees as a very powerful team to discuss, brainstorm, and we have to do a lot of things. There is a lot of opportunities, social media, this, that, so many ways we can spread the word that Bhagavad Gita, they should study, that we are studying Bhagavad Gita. They should join us and study this Bhagavad Gita and understand this Bhagavad Gita. So then we are going to free ourselves from the modes of nature. That's it. If we just do this one job, one service, important service to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, then we will be completely freed from the three modes of material nature. That's what we are supposed to do. Studying this Bhagavad Gita. So, and spreading this Bhagavad Gita. That's what, spreading this Bhagavad Gita. Then we are going to become very, very dearer to Krishna. No one else can become dearer to Krishna than us. And at that point of time, all these 8 verses in the 12th chapter, what we studied from the sloka number 13 to 20, we will automatically qualify. We will gain all those qualities. There is no doubt about it. So this is the best devotional service to Krishna. And this is the very easy way for us to free ourselves from the Maya, from the three modes of material nature. Spreading Krishna's message, Bhagavad Gita. So, like in our Bhagavad Gita class every day, we don't deviate anything away from Bhagavad Gita. Our goal is only to study and understand Bhagavad Gita only. Nothing else. We don't deviate anything away from Bhagavad Gita. Whatever we do only Bhagavad Gita only. Whatever we discuss, whatever we study, any sloka we quote, everything from Bhagavad Gita. So like that, our life also, it should become that whatever we serve, whatever we do for Krishna, it should be spreading this message. That should be our main job. That should be our primary job. Other things are all secondary, which I have mentioned many, many times in the past also. Other things are all like going to work and office and other things, family responsibilities, a lot of things we do. They are all just secondary jobs, secondary, tertiary, all such things. The primary job is this spreading this Bhagavad Gita. We have to think, we have to plan how we can spread the message that others know that there is Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge. Just by taking shelter unto this knowledge, they can be freed from all sinful reactions, and they can be freed from the three modes of material nature, and they can attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Goloka. So that is the science we are studying and understanding in Bhagavad Gita. So when we study and understand this fully, that is going to happen. Our job also is going to be like this only. And especially those who are close to retirement and all. So these days, people want to retire early also sometimes. So that is very good. And sometimes, many times people, even after retirement also, they will find some other job actually. That is so much nonsense basically. And they will work until they are able to move around, until we are able to, our legs and hands are working. Until then we will go for job, earning money. That is stupid. That is not good. We should plan. We should plan to work only up to a certain age, and then afterwards work only for Krishna. This studying Bhagavad Gita, spreading Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So that's what is very, very important. That should be our primary job. It's a very important thing. That we can do until the time of death. Until we die, we can keep on doing that. So that means starting from childhood, starting from birth, until the time of death. So this should be our primary job. So we should be focusing only on studying Bhagavad Gita and spreading Bhagavad Gita and practicing Bhagavad Gita. So then Krishna's causeless mercy, our mind, we will be able to offer to Krishna. Our chitta, our thoughts, our consciousness, everything will be on Krishna only. So at that point of time, there is no confusion, there is no problem. Our mind will be very steady and very strong, and it will be our friend. It won't be our enemy. So if we don't control our mind, if we don't focus our mind on Krishna, if we don't offer our mind to Krishna, so then it is our enemy. It will become our enemy. So then it's a problem actually. We are not going to get anything in our mind. When our own mind is our enemy, then what are we going to gain? What is the use of gaining anything in this material world? What is the use? Even if we get very good salary, or if we get a lot of assets, this and that, name and fame, if our own mind is not our friend, it's useless. This life is useless. So we should make our mind as our best friend by focusing our mind on Krishna, by offering our mind unto Krishna. Then when our mind becomes our best friend, that's what we need. Because it's going to help us to go to Goloka. Because it's going to not remember anything in this material world. That kind of training we need to give it to our mind. So with studying our Bhagavad Gita every day, that's what we are doing. We are training our mind not to remember anything else. Remember only Krishna. So we have got important task, important job, spreading this message, focusing our mind on Krishna, and studying this Bhagavad Gita. So all these things, when we are doing every other thing in our life, it will, whatever is needed, it will just go on its own. We don't have to really put any efforts, because Krishna is working for us actually. When Krishna is working for us, things will happen. We don't have to worry. We don't have to struggle. when our Lord, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, when he's working for us, like he was riding Arjuna's chariot. So like that, we have to give everything to Krishna. That is the very important thing. We should not take ourselves and struggle and suffer in this material way. We should give everything. When we are offering our mind, that means we are offering our problems, our all other needs, everything to Krishna. That's what is offering mind to Krishna. Offering our mind and intelligence to Krishna means we are offering all our problems also to Krishna only. Let him solve. That is his job. Let him do. He will solve it. We should not try to solve our problems ourselves. Let Krishna solve our problems. So that way, we should not be thinking and worrying about anything else. Simply, we should focus our mind only on Krishna only. So that is happening for us with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So in the 12th chapter, Krishna was teaching us what we studied up to 20 slokas. So last week we studied in the 12th chapter. So in the devotional service, Krishna is teaching us that these slokas are very, very similar to like when a person is freed from the three modes of material nature. So whatever the qualities he will attain, so same thing here also Krishna is teaching us that. Samaga satrau cha mitre cha tatha mana apamanayo sitoshna sukha dukkeshu samaka sanga vivarjitaga tulyaninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketaga stira matir bhaktiman me priyo naraga. So these things are all very similar only, like in the 14th chapter also we study, like when Arjuna asked, Kai lingai strin gunanetan atito bhavati prabho kimacharaga katam chaitan trin gunan ativartate. At that time also Krishna uses the same word, prakasam cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha paradam nadvesti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshati udasina vadasi gunayo na vichalyate gunagavattam taityeva yovatistati negate. Then Krishna is using, after these two slokas, then other slokas will be very, very similar to these slokas only, whatever we are studying, like 12th chapter, 18th and 19th slokas. So Krishna in the 14th chapter, towards the end, when he is answering, so Krishna is using the same slokas. Samaga samadukka sukhaga swastaha samaloshtasma kanchanaga tulya priya priyodiras tulya nindatma samsutihi manapamanayos tulyas tulyo mitrari pakshayo sarvaramba parityagi gunatitaga sauchyate. Same thing. So that's what in the 12th chapter we studied. Krishna is teaching us in the 12th chapter. That is samaga satrocha mitrecha. So one who is equal to friends and enemies, who is occupied in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. At the end, Krishna is saying that, Yetu dharmamritham idam yathoktam paripasate saddadana matparama bhaktaste ativa me priyaga. So anyone who takes this dharmamritam, so this amritam, so this nectar, dharmamritam, this nectar of righteousness, so anyone who follows this Bhagavad Gita as it is, so with faith, keeping me as the destination. So matparama, so such a devotee of mine is very, very dearer to me. That's what Krishna is teaching. So those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. So that means if we are following this Bhagavad Gita, means we should simply spread this message. That should be our only task. That should be our only service to Krishna. So that's what following this Bhagavad Gita. So now, in the next chapter, we are starting in the 13th chapter. In the first two slokas, Arjuna is asking a question. Arjuna is asking that, Prakriti Purusham Chaiva Arjuna Uvacha Prakriti Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajnam Evacha Yetat Veditum Ichchami Jnanam Nyayam Chakeshava. So Arjuna is asking the question. So this is the first time Arjuna is asking a question from nowhere. First time or very, very few times. Because Arjuna always asks question based on what Krishna is teaching only. In the last sloka, what Krishna says, based on that only Arjuna asks the question. But here Arjuna is asking the question, Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyeya. I want to know all those things. Veditum Ichchami. I want to know all those things, Keshava. What is Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyeya. This entire 13th chapter is not only this 13th chapter, 13th and 14th chapters are simply answers given by Krishna for Arjuna's this question. This sloka, this first sloka in the 13th chapter. So, Purusha, Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyeya, Krishna finished in this entire 13th chapter. And something about Prakriti also Krishna says in the 13th chapter, and then continues in the 14th chapter about the three modes of material nature, which is also Prakriti. So Krishna continues there. That's what we are going to study. So Arjuna asked like this, then Krishna is immediately answering, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Idam Sariram Kaunteya Kshetramitya Vidiyate Etadyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetrajna Iti Tadvitaga. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, this Sarira, this body is known as Kshetra. Kshetramiti Abhidiyate. This body is known as Kshetra, and anyone who knows this body, Etadyo Veti, anyone who knows this Kshetra, he is called as Kshetrajna. So, Etadyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetrajna iti Tadvidaha. Arjuna said, Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, Purusha, and the field, and the knower of the field, and of knowledge, and the object of knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. So that's what Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Krishna is going to explain a little bit more about this in the coming slokas also. But here Krishna simply says that what is Kshetra and Kshetrajna. But in the next sloka, Krishna says that being myself in everyone's body, I am the Kshetrajna of all the bodies. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam Yatta Jnanam Matam Mama Kshetrajnam Chapi Mam Vidhi. You also understand that I am also a Kshetrajna. Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. Of all Kshetras. I am the knower of all the bodies. So Krishna knows everybody. So that means Krishna knows everybody and everybody. Krishna knows. So because Krishna is seated in everyone's heart as the super soul. So that's why Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam Yatta Jnanam Matam Mama. And knowing about the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna, so that's what is the knowledge. So we are the soul. So that is the Kshetrajna. The soul is stuck inside this material body, which is the Kshetra. So understanding that we are suffering in this material body, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. So that's what is called knowledge. So that's what way Krishna is also going to explain in detail about what is knowledge also. So, O sign of Bharata, you should know, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. So in the next shloka, shloka number 4, Krishna is continuing that. Tat kshetram yachayadriksha yat vikhari yataschayate sachayo yat prabhavascha tat samasena me shunu. So that kshetra, so that is the field of activities, that body. So as it is, yadriksha, so as it is, and what changes it takes, it goes through, that is yad vikhari yataschayat. So I will explain everything. Tat samasena me shunu sachayo yat prabhavascha. So everything and what its influences are. So everything tat samasena me shunu, everything you hear from me in detail, in summary. That's what Krishna is saying. Now please hear my brief description of this field of activity and how it's constituted and what its changes are and whence it is produced, who that the knower of field of activities is, and what his influences are. So all such things Krishna in the coming slokas. That's what this entire 13th chapter Krishna is going to focus a lot on this kshetra, kshetrajna, purusha, everything. And Prakriti, we are going to jnana, jnaya, everything Krishna is going to explain. And Prakriti also Krishna explains, and then in the 14th chapter also Krishna is teaching us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 4 slokas in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nitinamine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Timur Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Mani Prabhu and Vishnu Babu Prabhu says Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. There are no questions so far. So thank you Guruji for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Siva Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Satyendra Singh Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Really wonderful lecture, sir. Today you have in this sloka explained the Kshetra and Kshetragya and the role of Lord Krishna.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji, for the beautiful lesson daily you are giving to us. And you have given initially motivated us for devotional service. And though we are not able to convince people, but we are trying. We hope that by Krishna's mercy we will be able to fulfill this devotional service required for in Krishna's service. Thank you, Guruji, for a wonderful lesson and daily motivational sentences for us to move ahead in Krishna's service. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
No, I have no question, Guruji. Thank you so much. And I'm also I wanted to learn from you about Kshetra and Kshetrajna.
Yes.
So Krishna now will be telling us, is it? He will be telling us about Kshetra.
He's going to teach us. Yes,
okay.
In the coming
Kshetra
slokas, maybe from next week onwards, we are going to study. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna. S.K. Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you very much for the lecture. In fact, I said it earlier too, your lectures are sort of a daily dose of the jnana to understand the things in the right perspective for me.
Yes.
It's a lot of thanks to you, Guruji. You are taking so much of the time for telling us, for teaching us this nectar of the God, the Bhagavad Gita, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Vishnu
Guruji.
Babu Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Deepesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I don't have any questions. I'm leaving on Tuesday, so I'll attend Monday class, but I won't attend Tuesday. USA
Okay.
time I'm talking about.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Prabhu.
Okay, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. We'll again talk on Monday, and then your mother is back. She's come back home, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji, she's back home, and slowly she's adjusting to home, and physiotherapy is starting.
Yes,
So we'll see how it proceeds. But
yes,
hopefully, when I get there, I'll join the class again in the morning,
yes, Prabhu.
and then see.
Krishna's mercy. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Thank you. Vishnu Babu, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Today's class was very interesting, and I don't have any questions specifically to the today's class, Guruji. And thank you for emphasizing the fact, like Krishna loves more than a person, like to a person who spreads the transcendental knowledge to others and identifying the devotees. That's a great point,
Yes.
and we all should strive towards that to get that attention of Krishna, and we need to be more. We need to create more devotees around us also, Guruji.
Yes.
Thank you for the fact.
We should focus more in our college, Prabhu. That's the main thing. Yourself, Siva Krishna, Prabhu, and even Prasanna Natarajan is there. We should think, Prabhu. We should plan. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, Guruji. Yeah.
we will discuss. Yes, Prabhu. Since you are in Madurai, we can sometimes plan. Yes, Prabhu. In college, we'll discuss. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Siva Krishna, Prabhu, are you able to unmute, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Siva Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, Siva Krishna, Prabhu is there, but anyhow, later we can talk. Okay, Prabhu, Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Kuldeep, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Ajay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm able to hear you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm driving, Prabhuji. I'm on the way to Dallas.
Dallas.
So finally,
okay.
Actually, I started in the morning itself. But with Krishna's mercy.
How many hours drive, Prabhu? How many hours drive?
10 hours, Prabhuji.
10 hours. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 hours drive, and then planning to stay in the hotel.
Okay.
And then drive, take rest and sleep, and then drive.
Tomorrow you will drive. Okay.
Yeah,
yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. That is better. That is
very nice class, Prabhuji. Very nice. I have no questions. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll come and meet you, Prabhuji, in the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. And we've gone to a new chapter. And it's very interesting, this chapter, because the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, and Kshetra is the field, and Kshetrajna is the knower of the field. Yes. So it's going to be a little difficult also, because I know when it comes to Guruji, I always understand that knowledge, we are getting the knowledge theoretical, but we also need to experience this knowledge on and off. And we can do only that when we really try and connect ourselves with Krishna.
That's what, Mataji, as I focused today, we need to spread this message. That is the practice. The practical
and this
knowledge is spreading this message. That is the practice we need to do.
Yes. And as you said, that this part of the practice is so important, more than the other parts of the practice, like chanting or making the food, that, as you said, it will all
everything will be a part of this. Yes, Mother. Everything is a part of this.
Yes, Guruji. Though we have done it but waiting to hear you more and more. Now the curiosity is beginning more and more to understand what we will be doing tomorrow, day after, so that kind of curiosity is happening in spite of having done it before.
Yes, yes,
so, Guruji, it's like hand holding us every morning, like a mother, father hand holds a child. Really. Thank you so much, Guruji, for connecting us. And this is the best education, as you said, what name, fame, money, this, that. It's the best education that we can really get for life.
Yes, yes, that's it. There is no doubt.
Yes, Guruji. So you can now say, even for yourself, that I know everything. Every day for you also is a learning process, no, Guruji? Till we die, we have to learn.
Bhagavad Gita is not something you can say that you know everything, because it's we will enjoy every time. That is the thing. And even the slokas, even though you know the meaning, again and again when you study, you will get enjoyment of it. Yes, yes.
Yes, Guruji.
So much happiness.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji.
Very
Hare
nice. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम. हरे कृष्णा,
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna,
कृष्णा, हरे
Hare
हरे राम,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
राम
Rama
राम,
Rama,
हरे हरे.
Hare Krishna.
आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे. थैंक यू गुरुजी. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also. No question, Guruji. Everything is
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thanks Guruji again for a very wonderful class. It is really nice to be in Krishna consciousness, and we are not only gaining the knowledge, but we are also practicing it now, and we can see the results that are coming. They are really worth appreciating. With your kind efforts, we all are gaining this great knowledge and getting the benefit of it. So we are grateful to you, Guruji. Thank you very much for this class, and I don't have any other question today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabi Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very nice class Guruji today also. All these days we were talking about the super soul. So into today's shloka Guruji, like it is well written and well explained, Guruji.
Yes, we are going to even study more about super soul in this chapter, 13th chapter. Krishna is going to explain even in detail. Yes,
Okay, Guruji. I like today is the first class, like where like it is written, and then where he is saying that I am in the everybody's body. That is.
Yeah. In the coming slokas in the 13th chapter, when Krishna is going to talk about the Jnayam, so Jnanam, Jnayam, at that time Krishna is going to give us even much more knowledge about super soul. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Today I could not attend the class. I just came little at the end. So I will look at the recording.
You can watch through our YouTube. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness every day. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
Hare Rama. Ram.
Hare Krishna, all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There was some internet discontinuity. There was an interruption in between.
Okay, Prabhu.
Then now it is restored. Now I could able to join.
Yes, if you have, we have YouTube link when you send, you can follow through. Yes,
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
See, yeah, this the concept of that super soul, very interestingly, I think you have explained. So, it's wonderful, Guruji.
Yes,
I think
yeah, we'll study
a lot
even
of
more
things.
in the 13th chapter. Yes, Prabhu, we are going to study even that. Krishna is
So we are
explaining
getting,
everything. Yes, Prabhu.
yeah. It is nothing but a soul searching exploration. I think the more we dig the well, no, the more crude oil will come. Like that, the knowledge will come. So thank you, Guruji. Thank you for class today class. I think Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Yeah, thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Paraniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare.
So today, as Mataji, Brindaji's Mataji explained, the previous chapters and the present chapter, all are really so much interesting that how, and when you said that after retirement, you are supposed to do spreading of Krishna's this mercy and all to all devotees as far as possible. All these things today's this thing is very, very interesting, and the future every day, as she rightly said, every day we are expecting that to hear and improve our knowledge, and that we are already delayed. What I will say, after retirement itself is a very delayed this thing, and after retirement also we have delayed. That is the basic thing where when I heard today, I felt about that. So it's very, very interesting thing every day we are. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kadiravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Today's wonderful class, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji. No questions. Very wonderful, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare
Yeah, thank you very much, Guruji. Excellent class, Guruji. And I always remember the chapters as a clock, Guruji. That's an easy way for me to remember. When you say 9.13, 6 words, immediately I remember the timepiece in my hand, Guruji. So when it comes to 13, sometimes it confuses, Guruji. Because we don't have 13, we go with 1. So I'm just going through this, Guruji. I registered myself. Very nice explanation, Guruji. As you rightly said, there is a retirement given for us to go and propagate, Guruji. This is a mandatory thing. I think Bhagavad Gita is not a religion. It's a universal gospel. So everyone should go and propagate in all means, Guruji. That is, like our Palniyappan Prabhuji said, there is no age for retirement, Guruji, these days. The moment we born, we are considered retired because God has given everything. So our prime aim is to promote this, Guruji. We have to go and share our experience, Guruji. I have to share. Whatever I do, I have to quote this, Guruji. This is what my ultimate duty, Guruji, supreme duty. The rest, all the material duties may come and go. It depends on where I fall on, Guruji. But this is an ultimate, Guruji. Whatever job,
It's
if
a
I
very
must go,
important. Other
very
duties
important.
all automatically will happen. We don't have to worry.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Really, missing this is it's a great sin, Guruji. I'm not sure. It is a duty of the parents to introduce this to children, Guruji, and they have to demonstrate as well. The disciplic succession you are saying, that should happen in our home itself, Guruji. All our relatives, all these people, whomsoever we meet, we have to tell them I'm following this. Like I used to tell you, Guruji, they having a tilak and the white shirt and all, it looks crazy. But this is a uniform we must all wear and demonstrate to the people around the world. I am a Bhagavad Gita follower, and this is how I look like. Very good, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Much indebted for you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Kuldeep Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
I am on mute. So thank you, Guruji. It is quite just blind. We cannot say that it is quite enjoyable in the sense. The moment we read Gita, a kind of a new flashing of transcendental knowledge coming. So I think the more you read, the more you gain, and wider the horizon. It's Krishna's greatness. So I don't feel that it is a book. It's about way of life. So we should not neglect this, and we try our best to spread the message of Gita and try to feel. So we feel whatever actions, whatever activities around us, we forget everything and to devote ourselves to Lord Krishna. It's not like a class, an ordinary physical class. It is make us totally change and transform every moment how to lead a very better life and how can you develop the real human being. So it is really, I am how Lord Krishna is very grateful to us and merciful to us, and for his grace, from his grace we are enjoying, and Prabhupada has understood the real importance of Gita. And all over the world he moved despite all his old age. He doesn't care about that age. And see the dedication, commitment, and you Guruji also from your childhood till now, we are not better, not achalam, not vichalitam, totally resolute in your form in the spread the message of Krishna consciousness. This is your greatness, and really I am very grateful. We are lucky, fortunate, all the devotees who are enjoying this class, and really superb. And like we are very happy. We are becoming, transforming into a divine being. That is the Guru's mercy, Guru's grace, Guru's blessing, and your blessing with us, so that we are now transforming. I feel that our mind get weak. The moment we should more and more time towards Gita and the Khetrajna and this knower of the self, the God himself. We are the part, we are just instrument. We are instrumental. So when you feel that we are instrument, then only can the part of the Krishna consciousness. So really wonderful class session, and I feel devotees are also getting more and more charged with the power of Gita, the strength of Gita. That very thankful Guruji, Nam Guruji, Satata Naman Naman.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Hare
Hare Krishna.